The terrifying moment at 11:56 a.m. on 25th of April 2015 when a devastating quake hit Nepal that killed more than 8,000 people. The powerful quake not only took lives of thousands but also forced tens of thousands go homeless and leveled thousands of physical infrastructures and settlements in no time. The epicenter of the 7.8 Richter scale quake was noted at Park of Gorkha. When the country was about to come out of the April 25 quake trauma, another powerful quake measuring 6.7 in Richter scale hit Sindhupalchok. Even though the country is still coping with the aftermath of the major quakes, they have been setting off their own series of aftershocks. The worst earthquake in Nepal for 80 years has devastated swaths of the country, and almost regular aftershocks have forced the people go panicking. The quake-cracked houses have seen widening cracks due to hundreds of aftershocks then after. People still feel frightened to enter into their homes, even they are reported safe to live in. The government data states 8,617 people lost their lives in the quake, at least 23,000 wounded, and hundreds are still missing. The quake collapsed houses and leveled centuries-old temples. To be precise, 500,000 houses have been completely destroyed. As many as 14 districts are hardest hit districts, including Sindhupalchok, Gorkha, Thading, and are declared crisis hit zone. But almost all the structures in all 75 districts have been hit by one way or the other. Lands have crumbled in many parts of the country. Alongside, the landslides emerge as new threat to lives in the country in the rainy season. In most of these 14 affected districts, office buildings, health posts, schools have been totally destroyed. A data says as many as 478 students, 41 school teachers, and 3 school support staffs lost their lives in these 14 most affected districts. The Education Ministry's data indicates that 4,849 schools have been destroyed in districts. The powerful quake destroyed over 16,000 classrooms, while a little over 7,000 have been partially damaged. The data further states 2,650 toilets and 1,500 compound walls have fallen down. Following the destruction, students are deprived of classroom education. School benches, desks cannot be used, and the students are compelled to stay in makeshift tents in the open sky. Food grains earned from year-long labor have been buried under the rubble of collapsed buildings. By virtue of this, villagers are struggling to secure square meals for them. Children who experienced the tremor and shaking of the quake have not yet come out of the mental trauma, and it has been difficult to convince them to attend the school regularly. Temporarily, students have been taught in makeshift tents, but question is arising that can the teaching be effective and meaningful amidst the quake trauma and almost no money situation? After the quake dumped the food grains in rubble, most of the children attend the school in empty stomach. Their books, copies and school dress have been buried. condition of their homes is not different either. In some schools, some social workers and donors have come out to help students to come out of the trench as they have been distributing free tiffin to them. The move, though it is for a short span of time, have been seen as effective as number of children coming to school have increased. But the school facility is painful and the children have to be taught in the quake damaged facility. Donors' assistance is for short period only, and hence in such difficult situation, free tiffin program would be indispensable. Children have even started to develop some health problems due to lack of clean drinking water and nutritious food and hygienic environment to live and study. The free tiffin program would also be helpful to inspire the children to maintain healthy and hygienic surroundings on top of getting some nutritious food. Free tiffin program is being conducted in some primary schools and child development centers in different districts under the Food for Education program. Such program needs to be expanded in all community schools in the quake affected districts to largely convince the children for study and improve personal health and hygiene. That's why stakeholders concerned have to pay due attention for the effective implementation of free nutritious tiffin program to lure the children towards education. If such program be implemented, people from far and wide of the quake affected villages will be relieved to some extent, and even the poor family would be inspired to send their children to schools. District education officers are strongly advocating for the free tiffin program. In some districts, district education officers and other concerned have forwarded a proposal to the ministry in the Center for Green Signal to launch the free tiffin program. Food for Education project has been collecting data and are carrying out research in the affected districts for the proper implementation of the program. The conclusion is that all concerned entities of the government and the Ministry of Education needs to be serious and pay heed for securing the future of the traumatized children by bringing in some more similar programs. Time is running out to further inspire the children for education to raise their level of conscience by launching proper counseling services.